will also demand it, Madam. Madam, it is baseless, frivolous, and a trivial argument, Madam. And I have no hesitation to say that the Finance Minister should know the fundamental difference between the two. Let me remind this august House that the Union Cabinet conferred SCS on AP in its meeting on 1st March 2014, subsequent to the assurance made by then Prime Minister mentioned earlier. Other states have not been given an assurance by a Prime Minister on the floor of either Houses of Parliament, nor has a Cabinet decision been made in this regard. This is a very dangerous precedent, Madam. Mr. Prime Minister, do you have any respect for commitments made by your predecessors? Indeed, should you even have a choice? What value does the word of a Prime Minister given on the floor of the House have? Can we believe that if you give an assurance, it will be fulfilled in the future, even if you are not around? How can we function as a nation if we can't take the word of our Prime Minister given in Parliament to be respected and fulfilled? Madam, it is not that BJP was opposed to special category status when it was in the opposition. In fact, the BJP in its 2014 manifesto for assembly elections in AP assured that it would give additional 5 years of status, that is 10 years instead of the 5 years proposed by then Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, in Guntur, in Nellore, in Tirupati, in front of Lord Balaji, you promised to give SCS for 10 years. And you also emphasized an appeal to the people of AP to decide whether they need a seemandhra or a scam Andhra. That is, do you want to vote for seemandhra do you want to vote for a clean and honest person like Chandrababu Naidu, or do you want to have a scam Andhra by voting for the opposition rival party, Madam? Madam, Mr. Prime Minister, you also said, I'm a person who will not eat or allow others to eat. Main chun chun ke hisab lunga un laganko. But to the other disappointment, for your benefit, sir, but to the other disappointment of the people, you are protecting people like Galla Jayadev Reddy, A1 and A2 accused in Andhra Pradesh, and many others. The country is aware how many cases were on the family members of Galla Jayadev Reddy were dismissed, and tickets were given in the recent Karnataka Assembly elections. This reflects how serious you are on corruption and on corrupt people. You raise the expectations of supporting and developing Andhra Pradesh only to shatter them. Why should we have confidence and trust in you? Now you are singing a different tune, which people of AP are keenly observing, and I have no doubt they would give a befitting reply in the coming elections.
Go on the record. If
I even go to the extent of saying that the BJP will be decimated in Andhra Pradesh, the way Congress was, if the people of AP are deceived and cheated. Mr. Prime Minister, it is not a threat. This is sharp. These are the words coming out of anguish, pain, and frustration from the people of Andhra Pradesh. And how a Prime Minister on whom we had immense faith has deceived and betrayed the people of AP in such a blatant and rude manner. The third point I wish to make is relating to Article 4 of the Constitution. It says that when any state is bifurcated under Article 3, AP is divided under this article, Madam, then supplemental, incidental, and consequential measures can be taken by Parliament. Madam, the third point I wish to make is relating to Article 4 of the Constitution. It says that when any state is bifurcated under Article 3 and AP is bifurcated under this article, Madam, then supplemental, incidental, and consequential measures can be taken by Parliament. And even the Supreme Court in Pradeep Chaudhary and the Mullah Periyar cases repeatedly said this, Madam. Yes. So the point I'm trying to drive at is that the very bifurcation of the state is predicated upon assurance of special category status. Therefore, the SCS is supplemental, incidental, and consequential to the bifurcation, Madam. And to say that the 14th Finance Commission has not recommended is a conceptual blunder of the Union government, Madam.
Yes.
So when it is clearly said in Article 4 that Parliament can do it, the 14th Finance Commission or its recommendations cannot prevent Parliament from doing it, even if they had said so, Madam. Madam, the Finance Minister and almost the entire Cabinet have been categorical that the 14th Finance Commission recommended not to confer SCS on any state. Let me disband, dismantle, and dismiss this argument at one go, Madam.
Okay.
two members of the 14th Finance Commission have refuted the argument of the Finance Minister lock, stock and barrel. Shri Govind Rao and Shri Abhijit Sen gave it in writing that the Commission did not recommend this. Even the chairman of the 14th Finance Commission, Shri Y.V. Reddy Garu, is on record saying that Commission did not recommend this. Let me quote, due to paucity of time, what Shri Govind Rao, member 14th Finance Commission, has said on SCS. He said, and I quote, "The additional terms of reference merely stated that the Commission should take into account the resources available to the successor or reorganized states in accordance with the AP Reorganization Act and the Ministry of Home Affairs notification. That did not require the Commission to deal with the question of according special category status, and it did not therefore make any recommendation in that regard. Therefore, the statement in the notification on the special package that following the recommendations of the 14th Finance Commission, the class of SCS ceases to exist is misleading," unquote. Madam, let me give one more example of how the government of India has maneuvered through this and denied SCS to Andhra Pradesh. As I said, the government are taking shelter under the 14th Finance Commission to deny SCS to Andhra Pradesh. I would like to assert here that prospective recommendations of various commissions, even if there are any to that effect, cannot be made applicable retrospectively to the past commitments, assurances and decisions, Madam. The 14th Finance Commission recommendations are prospective. How can you implement them retrospectively? Here, in this case, it is the decision of the Union Cabinet, and it is not an ordinary decision, Madam. In this context, I would like to recapitulate that the Union Government had created a subgroup of CMs to address the issue of continuation of special category status to the Northeast and to the hilly states, which are enjoying the same in the past. Based on the recommendations of the said subgroup, Niti Aayog had issued an office memorandum on 17th August 2016, whereby it was decided to continue special category status benefits to those states that were in that category earlier. Subsequently, it has extended the financial and other benefits to them as well. So they're getting everything that special category status states used to get without the name, Madam. So when we have been demanding for special category status, your argument, Mr. Finance Minister, is that the Planning Commission was dismantled and Niti Aayog has no mandate to give SCS to any state. If that is so, how, on the basis of office memorandum dated 17th August 2016, have you extended SCS benefits to all 11 states that fall under special category status? Is it not discrimination and injustice to Andhra Pradesh? Did you not mislead us about the 14th Finance Committee recommendations? And did you not also state that it would be unconstitutional to go against these alleged recommendations? Madam, I have one more irrefutable and undeniable truth and proof to present before this August House. I hope that this will open the eyes of the Finance Minister and the Prime Minister. It was on 15th March 2018, the Minister of Planning, Shri Rao Inderjit Singh, in reply to an unstarred question number 2360 in the Rajya Sabha said, and I quote, Madam, "The 14th Finance Commission, in its recommendations, has not made any specific reference not to confer special category status to any state." So, Honourable Finance Minister, kindly stop misleading the people by twisting facts because it won't work anymore. All the proof is in front of you. You can't fool all of the people all of the time, sir.
Yes.
Madam, I have given 7 facts and justifications. Pardon?
How much time you will?
Madam, I still need a lot more time.
I am asking you how much time.
I need another half an hour, Madam.
No, no half an hour.
Yes, Madam.
No, 5 minutes.
Madam, in the history of no confidence motion, nobody has initiated a discussion less than 1 hour, Madam. You please see the records. I looked at the records. Not once has a no confidence motion been initiated in less than 1 hour, Madam. Please don't discriminate us here also. We're tired of this type of discrimination.
Yes.
Madam, I have given 7 facts and justifications why special category status should be conferred on Andhra Pradesh. They are, and to recap, assurance by none other than Prime Minister candidate Ms. Modi ji during the 2014 election campaign. Ours is not a demand, Madam. Ours is to implement the cabinet decisions. The BJP manifesto said that it will give SCS for 10 years. Article 4 of the Constitution clearly and categorically says that if state is bifurcated under Article 3, then supplemental, incidental, and consequential measures can be taken by Parliament. Written views of members of the 14th Finance Commission and also views of the chairman of 14th Finance Commission on the special category status. Niti Aayog has issued office memorandum on 17th August 2016, where it was decided to continue SCS to 11 states. The Minister of Planning clearly said that 14th Finance Commission has never recommended not to confer SCS on any state. Even the CMs of Bihar and Puducherry have support granting SCS to Andhra Pradesh, Madam. So with folded hands, I appeal to the Prime Minister and to Finance Minister to please at least now realize this and announce special category status to Andhra Pradesh. Madam Speaker, the BJP, the YSRCP, the Congress and now the Janasena party in Andhra Pradesh are saying that our CM has taken a U-turn and asking for SCS again instead of package, Madam. Let me please go back to 2016. We are demanding for SCS till September 2016, Madam. In September 2016, the Honourable Finance Minister made a statement that special package would be given, which would be equal in all respects to that of special category status. Since then, we were waiting for this package, Madam. But even after presenting his final and full budget, FM did not give even a single penny under the package, Madam. It is also not true when government of AP officials came to Delhi to discuss with the ministry, did the ministry not say that the government of India is not agreeable for 90-10 on externally aided projects, Mr. Finance Minister? Instead, they were told that central assistance will be provided by a way of repayment of loans for EAP projects in the ratio of 70-30, that too only till 2020, to the extent of 15,000 crores. And this too by putting the FRB under the state head, Madam, and stressing out our borrowing capacity. See how many conditions you have put on, see how many conditions you have put on EAP. And at a press conference on 7th March, the Finance Minister came with a 90-10 formula since he was cornered with facts and figures. I'm giving only one example due to paucity of time, Madam. If this is how you deal with Andhra Pradesh, do you really think that people of AP would pardon you and have confidence in you and give you votes? You deceived us into accepting the special package by using the 14th Finance Commission as an excuse. You didn't even bother to give it legislative backing. To add injury to insult, we haven't received a single paisa promised in the package. Since nothing has been done so far on the special package, we are demanding to implement the Cabinet decision on special category status to Andhra Pradesh, Madam. So I wish to clarify the critics of our Chief Minister and the TDP that we're treading the right path. It is only you who are changing the goalposts for nefarious political gains. Madam, the Honourable Finance Minister said that industrial incentives given to other SCS states will no longer exist post the GST implementation, which is completely a misleading statement, Madam. Even then, we insisted that whatever industrial incentives that these states get post the GST implementation should be given to AP as well on the lines of the assurances given by then Prime Minister. But what AP is given is 15% additional depreciation on new plant and machinery and 15% additional investment allowance. But they're given only to backward areas, not to the entire state. Secondly, it is not exclusively for 7 districts of AP alone, Madam. It is for all the 150 backward districts in the entire country, and they're saying it's a special incentive for us, Madam. What is special in this for Andhra Pradesh when 150 backward districts across the country are getting the same benefit? There's nothing special. Whereas even post-GST implementation, the SCS states continue to get industrial incentives in line with what they were getting earlier. As per the notification issued in July 2017, in pursuance of the budgetary support of 27,000 crores to the existing 4,324 units in SCS till sunset period of March 2027. And again, on 21st March 2018, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry approved the Northeast Industrial Development Scheme with a financial outlay of 3,000 crores to Northeast states up to March 2020. The incentives that are given are for capital investment, to access credit, interest incentive, GST reimbursement, IT reimbursement, transport, employment, and other incentives. But when we are asking to extend the same to us, the FM is silent. He's not saying anything about it. Here again, we have been misled, and therefore this promise remains unfulfilled. Speaker, Madam, Section 46(3) of the AP Reorganization Act talks about special development package for backward districts of Andhra Pradesh. This emanates from the assurances given by the Prime Minister, but this assurance has been diluted in the Act. The assurance was to provide package on the lines of KBK districts in Odisha and Bundelkhand in MP and UP. If you look at all the economic and human development indicators, it reveals that all 7 backward districts in Andhra Pradesh are closer to SCS states rather than to other southern states, Madam. But the Modi regime has given just 1,050 crores for 7 districts over a 3-year period. It is not in line with what has been given to KBK and Bundelkhand package. KBK was given 5,500 crores and Bundelkhand was given 7,200 crores each to UP and MP. And if you calculate per capita allocation, it's mind-boggling to tell you, Madam. Madam, under the Bundelkhand package, the per head allocation of 4,115 per head was made, whereas for AP, the per head allocation is just 428 rupees, Madam, 1/10 of what was given to the other regions, Madam. So what has Government of India given to AP is a pittance, Madam. Why are we being given just 1/10 of what was given in Bundelkhand on a per capita basis? Secondly, Madam, BJP is crying foul that we have not spent even this small amount of money. Madam, we have spent 946 crores out of 1,050 crores, which is 92% of allocation, not 12% as claimed by them. We have UCs to prove that, Madam, and we'll be happy to exhibit all of those. Madam, thirdly, the Finance Minister proposed additional 350 crores for the special package for these backward districts, and RBI released it and transferred it to the state account on 9th February 2008. But somehow the PMO has stopped giving clearance to it on 15th February 2018. So the funds have been taken out of our account and we've gone back to the Reserve Bank of India, Madam. Now, Government of India has given Defence Industrial Corridor worth 20,000 crores for Bundelkhand, Madam. But in the case of releasing a paltry 350 crores for our backward districts, the file is languishing in the PMO for the last 6 months, Madam. Why this bias and partisan attitude, Mr. Prime Minister? Is this the way you want to help backward districts in AP? It's a shame. Therefore, this promise also remains unfulfilled. Madam, we are even deprived in distribution of assets. If you look at sections 50, 51, and 56, there's a huge discrepancy in right to recover tax arrears and sharing of liability or of refund of tax arrears. This has resulted in 3,820 crores lost to Andhra Pradesh, Madam. There's a great delay in apportionment of institutions under Section 68 of the Act, and the AP Bhavan is yet to be divided between the two, Madam. Madam, on revenue deficit, there's a dispute with regard to the quantum. Madam, I'm not yielding. I'm not yielding, Madam.
Why are you putting a time limit on this?
Madam, I'm not yielding, Madam.
आप क्यों आपस में लड़ रहे हो?
Madam, this is a no confidence motion, Madam.
Yes.
This is the initiation.
Madam,
Yes.
there's a dispute with regard to the quantum of amount between the Government of AP and the Government of India. The revenue deficit for 10 months, that is from 2nd June 2014 to 31st March 2015, as per the Government of AP, is 16,078 crores, Madam. The Government of India released 3,979 crores. Unilaterally taking standardized expenditure, Government of India qualified it as 4,117 crores, making the balance to be paid as 138 crores only. But the bone of contention is this, Madam. Madam, the CAG put the figure at 16,078 crores and approved it also, Madam. The Ministry of Finance made its own valuation and somehow put the figure at 7,500 crores without any justification. The PMO reduced it further to 4,117 crores, again, without any explanation, madam. So now the FM says he can only give 138 crores pending for us, whereas we're waiting for more than 12,000 crores to settle this account, madam. How is it justified? How is it justified? Secondly, as I said earlier, the government of India has increased devolution of funds from 32% to 42%. But you also have to remember, there are cesses, such as the Krishi Kalyan cess, the Swachh cess, the higher education cess, and other cesses. If you look at how much government of India collected through above cesses and other surcharges under direct and indirect taxes in 2016-17, it is quite mind-boggling, madam. Madam, 2.35 lakh crores has been collected under cesses, madam. But there is no share for states in these cesses, madam. So effectively, it is not 42%, but it's somewhere closer to 36 or 37% of funds are actually going to states, madam.